Hey everybody, welcome to Grandma's Deviled Whiskey Hamsters. That was suggested by John Clavis, or John C. Lavis, on Twitter. Next week we'll be picking a winner in our every few weeks giveaway, and the winner will get tickets for themselves and their friends to a show of mine in their city or close by, and we can even hang out a little bit after. Recently, the winner in the New York area, his name was Rich. He not only got to come see the Douglas Movies 12 Guests of Christmas, but he got to be one of the guests on stage. So make sure you become a 420 Club member to be eligible for our monthly giveaways. Oh, monthly, okay. And sign up at patreon.com/gettingdoug. Doug plugs. I'm doing Doug Loves Movies tonight at the UCB Theater Franklin location here in Los Angeles. And then on December 13th and 14th, I'm going to be at Largo here in Los Angeles. And I've got dates coming up. I'm sorry, that's the 12th and 13th. And then I've got dates coming up on December 14th and 15th in Orlando and Houston. Lots more dates after that. So go to douglovesmovies.com for all of them, and links to get tickets. Enjoy the show. Blast off! Here we are in the Spaceman at 12:15 Pacific time, because it's almost 4:20 somewhere. And we've got two guests.
420 somewhere.
We got a newbie and an oldie today. We've got a weed novice. I was just told seconds before we went on the air. Let's hear it, 7 or 8 people that are in this room, for Jamie Lee and John Levenstein. I'm gonna clap too.
I'll clap too.
Yeah, clap for yourselves.
Give it up for us.
Yeah, you guys are great. I'm very excited to have you here. John's been on the show before, and so we know he doesn't like a fun straw in his drink, but Jamie really enjoys a fun straw.
And it's hot coffee.
It's coffee with a straw?
I'm pretty sure it's also a paper straw, so it's probably going to disintegrate.
Now, Jamie is not a big pot smoker, but enough that you'll do it with us here today?
Totally.
Okay. And you don't have stuff to do today?
I did. But we'll see if it happens.
Right?
Or not.
Yeah. A lot of times, like, a guest will cancel on us last minute because they remember they had to do something later after doing our show, and it's a bit much.
I would imagine.
Yeah, people have important meetings and stuff.
Right, no meetings.
Hopefully,
but...
okay, that's good. You don't have to make a good impression or anything.
Right.
That's important. Or doing stand-up is also can be rough for some people.
Yeah, I did stand-up high one time. I did that show, Midnight Run. Did you ever do that? I don't know if they do it anymore, but yeah, you're supposed to get, it's not like, smoke as little or as much as you want.
Oh, the premise is everyone gets fucked up.
Super fucked up.
And then you go out and
I did it at Bridgetown Comedy Festival in Portland, and I went out on stage, and I don't remember anything other than the fact that I talked about math for like 15 minutes. And I am not good at math. I know nothing about math, but I straight up was like Matt Damon in the movie where he does math. What is the movie? Good Will Hunting.
I can't believe he didn't take advantage of that opportunity and change his name to Math Damon.
Math Damon.
So you'll get high for your career.
Yes, only when it counts.
I don't know.
Only when it counts.
All right.
Like, even Good Will Hunting was funnier than the movie he won the Golden Globe for Best Actor in a Comedy for, The Martian. That was weird. What are you working on, John? Oh, so wait, let me get to this. The alarm went off because it's only 1 minute away from smoke time. Now, I assume that as a novice, do you know indica sativa? Do you know about that?
I've heard the things.
Sativa is probably more of an up experience. It's probably what you smoked before going on your math rant.
Probably, yeah.
People don't talk much about math when they take an indica unless it's counting down to sleep, right?
What is your preference?
Only sativa.
Okay. Yeah, I like.
Because I could go to sleep at any point,
That's how I feel.
day or night, without the help of anything.
Same.
Right.
Same. Yeah.
I'm very good at going to
like,
sleep, too.
I like feeling alert.
We're going to power through these 45 minutes, right?
Yeah.
Awake the whole time.
Yeah,
Yes.
stay awake, please. Although, again, we would love it if somebody fell asleep.
It's not going to be
If
us,
somebody
Doug.
smoked too much and fell asleep within 45 minutes, that'd be impressive. So no kosher kush for anybody today. That was the indica we had ready. But we've loaded all the pipes with a sativa called Dutch Treat. And I think I've had it before, and it was both a treat
And
I paid for half of it. Okay. So go ahead and pick up any pipe you'd like and a lighter. And,
Okay, I also don't know how to like do the flame.
These are
part.
confusing.
What do you mean
Yeah.
you don't know how to do the
I
flame
get
part?
scared that it's gonna light my thumb on fire.
Well, okay, let's
So
take
I might
one.
have you light and I'll.
For reals?
That fear is your
Yeah.
friend. You should be a little afraid.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I don't have nail polish on. But every time I do have nail polish on and I've smoked weed, I always feel like it's gonna like
Light your fingers on
yes,
fire?
like because the nail polish is flammable. I have a lot of anxiety.
Well, I don't know if this is the best thing for it, but probably
Like,
should probably help you.
some of these, like, I don't know, is this a water pipe or something? I don't understand. What's down there?
Yeah, it's got a little water and it's a little bubbler.
All right.
Yeah.
What does the water do?
It just makes for a cooler sensation in your hit. Like it's less harsh and
But you also
fiery.
may take in more than you intend if you haven't done it a lot, I would
Right.
say, if you're doing it with that.
That seems
Okay.
fair.
I'll steer clear of that.
All right, here, try
What
this.
is this?
Because I'll be way over here and you're way over there.
Oh my god.
And just take a hit.
Okay.
Just start inhaling now.
Okay.
I mean, if the nails went up in smoke, I would be amazed right now.
Oh. Okay.
Here we go, Doug.
It's happening. Okay,
Wow.
so that's what I was going to ask you, John, is what amazing comedy are you working on right now?
I've been working on some things that are coming out. Most recently, I was working on Baskets, and
Nice.
I just made a pilot with John Early and Kate Berlant for Hulu. But the big thing I'm currently doing, I told you I was eventually going to do a podcast, right? So it's only going to cost me money, but I've started recording John Levenstein's retirement party. One of the big things I'm doing is like settling show business feuds. So my first interview was with Jay Kogan, and I did land on a feud that I'm most of the way to settling. Like, who would have thought Jay would have a feud?
Yeah, Jay's a longtime, professional comedy writer and producer. Worked on The Simpsons for many years.
Yes. Famously nice guy. So I zeroed in on his one show business grudge. I contacted the guy in Minnesota. They seem to be making up, and so that's going to be the first show.
What's the grudge?
Listen to the
can't
show.
get into it?
John Levenstein's retirement party.
Okay. And why doesn't the name have some sort of reference to settling grudges? Is that sort of a sidebar?
Well, it's just all my legacy. You know, I'm settling scores on the way out the door. I'm making fires and putting out fires, Doug, and then I'm getting the hell out of town.
Okay.
I feel like you could even try to create beef just to have
It's all
more
over
to
the place.
comment on.
The name of my company is Salt and Wound Entertainment, so I will be adding some fuel to the fires. But we're going to be doing more good. We're going to be leaving the environment better than we found it.
Okay. That seems right.
I think so.
Yeah. How often? When's the first one?
Well, we're accumulating material, so I would say we'll release the first one in about a month, I would say.
Okay.
So this is way more produced than your typical podcast.
Yeah, because
You
we're
don't just
going
get
from
people to
place
get
to
together
place.
and smoke pot and then start talking.
No, because we're going like we're following rumors and going to places and
Ooh, I
following
love that.
stories. Like we went to the Simpsons writers' room the other day, tracing this one story, and then that's leading us somewhere else. So there's a little bit of legwork behind it.
All right.
Ooh, that's awesome.
I think it's going to be fun.
It's kind of like Serial, but no murder. But yes to stakes.
But I'm all over the place. Like I'm also calling realtors in Three Rivers, California, and asking them if I should move there, while my co-host Mary Kobayashi is telling them don't put too much time into this. Because I'm not moving there. Like the whole premise of the show is like now that I've got 1 foot out the door, I can say these things, but they're the things I've always been saying. And do I really have 1 foot out the door?
Where do you think you'll retire?
Probably not going anywhere.
Stay in L.A.?
I mean, yeah, the woods. I would go to the woods somewhere. And like
Woods of Los Angeles?
once you're in the woods, it doesn't matter which city you're in,
That's a good point.
unless they're on fire.
Yeah, well, it's certainly pretty awful what's going on in Ventura right now, and I hope everyone's, getting out. I hope no one's sitting in their home watching this instead of evacuating.
I just love your suddenly serious tone, Doug.
Right? I really
took a turn.
Really know how to turn it on. But back to fun and fun things.
Back to fun.
Jamie is on the new season of Crashing with
Yes.
Pete Holmes.
Yeah.
You're featured prominently in the promos. Does that mean you're like in every episode?
Pretty much.
Nice.
Yeah.
And so can we spoil it? Are you his girl in it? Are you his girlfriend? Or you guys date?
I don't think we're supposed to say, but
Feels like you're dating in the
there
clips.
might be, some tension.
Oh, okay. You're gonna Sam and Diane this shit? All right.
The character, she's a strong female stand-up, as they are.
Right.
And she's kind of like guiding Pete through the alt scene in New York City, which when Pete started and when I started was a little more divided from the club scene. Now I feel like it's more fused
You had to know
together.
Bobby Tisdale.
Yeah.
To get in the alternate world.
He's in an episode. Him
Perfect.
and Eugene. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, we like recreated Rafifi
I've
in one
heard
of the
enough
episodes.
Rafifi stories to last me a lifetime.
Right?
Rafifi.
I just started stand-up when Rafifi was a thing, and so I had only gone like once, but I keep hearing more and more about the craziness that went on
Yeah,
there.
I
so.
Rafifi'd every Wednesday for like, I did a off-Broadway show for a year, and so every Wednesday I went to Rafifi, and it was always super fun. And I fit in there more than I did the rest of the New York scene.
How a lot of people felt, I think. Also, it had such a cult following.
Yeah, and it was more about like, most of the comedy clubs in New York, if you get up and just act like an oddball or tell a personal story, the audience is going to be like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
They need jokes and they need them fast.
Right. They also don't speak English. A
Right.
lot of them.
Yeah. No, it's also
Yeah.
got to be stuff that no matter where you're from, you're going to get it.
Right.
Like a lot of attitude in your comedy.
Yeah.
So like they know
Faces.
where the punchlines are.
Yeah, faces, movement, owning the stage.
Yeah.
Like, oh God, no!
No, not the
Oh,
crazy
my
stuff.
The straw. But has it affected stand-up in New York the way it's affected
really?
like Broadway
Did I get that
then?
on you?
No, it's good.
God.
The way it affects, like the way Broadway is now for everyone, And some of that is
Oh.
dumbed down. Is it the same thing with stand-up? Has that happened in New York?
No, I think if you still go to like the clubs where most of the clubs in New York have guys out on the street yelling at people to come in, promising them that they even depicted this in season 1 of Crashing, like promising big names, which usually does happen a lot.
Sometimes, yeah.
If you go to the Cellar, you're probably going to see a Chris Rock or somebody.
Right.
It's a good chance. So anyway,
But then it'll be like a tiny club, like above a pizza place in Times Square that like comedians don't even know is open. They're like, we've got Jerry Seinfeld tonight. It's like,
yeah.
no.
But how many flyers do you think they had to destroy over the whole Louis C.K. thing?
Yeah.
And I almost call it the Louis C.K. flap, which is not a good word for what
No.
happened. Flap.
We got a real onomatopoeia vibe there. Flap.
Exactly. Ladies, do you mind if I flap? We got to go to our first break. That's how fast this is going.
Oh, it is.
That's how high you guys are. So we're going to come back and smoke some more and talk some more. We'll see you guys in a couple minutes. It's holiday time, and we all know it can be a struggle to find the perfect gift for everyone on your list. At Omaha Steaks, you can order gifts with just the click of a mouse. At Omaha Steaks, for only $49.99, you can get my family gift pack when you go to omahasteaks.com and enter my code HIGH in the search bar. That's 75% off. Omaha Steaks offers unique gifts for gourmet food lovers. Over 500 gourmet gift ideas. Great steak experiences at home. The most flavorful, tender, aged beef, plus seafood, poultry, pork, veal, lamb, veggies, desserts, appetizers, pasta, soups, seasonings, sauces, and so much more. Convenient and quick shopping for those on your list. Aged for 21 days to unlock the full flavors of the cuts, hand-trimmed, vacuum sealed. Online recipes, wine pairings, and more. more. Omaha Steak sent me a gift pack and it blew me away. This box came with tons of delicious food from filet mignon to pork chops and even an apple tartlet for dessert. I shared it with the crew on the show. And one person said she thought the steak was a soft and juicy delight. Right now, Omaha Steaks is giving an exclusive savings to just my listeners. Listen to everything that you will get for less than $50. 2 filet mignons, 2 top sirloins, 2 boneless pork chops, 4 boneless chicken breasts, 4 kielbasa sausages, 4 burgers, 4 potatoes au gratin, 4 caramel apple tartlets, 1 Omaha Steak seasoning packet, plus get 4 additional kielbasa sausages free. Go to omahasteaks.com, enter my code HIGH in the search bar, and get 75% savings. It's the gift guaranteed to be a hit. Get it?
I guess, yeah.
All the stuff we were saying during the break would have been perfect content for the show. We were really just going over all of our hopes and dreams.
I mean, we were being ourselves for once in our lives.
Yeah, I feel like we just finally dropped the facade.
But just to recap a little bit, Jamie just really wants to get more into weed, and that's what she's here for today. If you're just joining us, Jamie Lee, and also John Levenstein. What were you saying?
We're on Jamie. We're talking about.
Oh, yeah.
But what were you telling her?
That.
We were talking. I was saying for me, alcohol. Like most people prefer either weed or alcohol. Like for me, alcohol is a mild depressant, I would say. And I was asking Jamie about weed for her. About alcohol for her.
I was in Vegas this past weekend and I drank more than I usually do, and I felt bless you.
Sorry, I'm very allergic to drinking stories.
But yeah, I drank and I felt so sad the next day, like insanely sad.
Because your head
Not
hurt so
hungover,
much?
just purely sad.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'd rather feel sad than hungover.
Yeah, I guess they're interchangeable a little bit, but I was expecting the hangover, but no, it was just sad, and I was like, oh, I gotta avoid this. So yeah, maybe weed will be my thing from now on.
Okay, well, let's try another hit then.
Okay.
I mean, if we could accomplish that today.
Yeah, it'd be
that weed is
huge.
your thing now.
Yeah.
I like that, the little blue tube.
Do I just do that again?
Yeah.
I get yelled at by people sometimes on the internet because we'll take a couple of hits out of one of the pipes and then not clear the bowl.
Oh, I'm getting clear.
We
Yes,
won't finish the bowl.
Right.
But that's because we,
That's
you know, any bowls that go unfinished, we sit around and finish them after the show, me and the crew.
I mean, that's because it's Hollywood, and we just throw valuable things in the trash all the time.
Yeah.
Like after the show, we're throwing these chairs away. Doug doesn't care.
This studio is going to be burned to the ground after this
We
episode.
don't care.
All right, here, ready to try again?
And the waste here is unbelievable.
Go.
All right.
Well, you got to go.
Oh,
Don't get angry, Doug.
wait, no, I get it. I have a joke about this exact thing happening. I'm like
don't let
really
Doug's
bad at
attitude,
it.
though. Don't
No,
let him
I
turn
get
you
it.
off.
I get it.
Don't let me
He's
light
here-
my hand on fire
He's with
get
a
you.
He's with a fledgling smoker. Okay,
Here we
here
go, go.
Go.
No, you go. No, you go.
During the bowl here.
I like these quiet times.
But then, Jamie, weren't you writing for a show also? Mm-hmm. What show were you writing for?
I was writing for Crashing.
But you were writing and acting on it.
I was writing for it first season.
Then Pete started hitting on her. There was a fun tension there.
That's the show.
I was writing on it first season. Then I was writing on it second season as well. And then I had kind of made it known. I was like, yeah, you know, I'd like to be on camera. And then I kind of like wrote a smaller part for myself.
Nice.
And then the larger part came up and they asked me to audition for it. And then I got the larger part. And I was like, I really was gunning for that little part. So yeah, it was a pleasant, exciting
I
turn
gunned
of
for the
events.
little part and I got it.
You're
Yeah.
so. He's
my
in the
God.
first episode of
It's
the
the
second
first
season.
one?
Yes, and you're so funny.
Oh, that's awesome.
My mom, my parents came to LA for Thanksgiving, and oh no, I'm starting to notice how I'm speaking, so that's
Right?
a fun side effect.
Yeah, but I like this story. You
okay.
can tell a long story about me.
Okay. So they came here, and I showed them the first episode. And your scene made my mom laugh the hardest
Oh
for
my
the whole
God.
episode. Yeah, she was like,
Because that was one of those things when we were shooting it that the whole crew is quiet, and we're out on the streets of New York where so oddness is just happening every few minutes anyway. There's people that come around, and they just yell until you give them money to go away.
Yep.
So what were you playing? What was your part?
Just me standing outside the Comedy Underground, Village Underground, and Pete was just, I don't know, I can't give away too much of the plot because I only know what happened right before my scene.
Were you playing like yourself,
But Pete was talking to Penn Jillette, who put his head full of fucked up shit.
Exactly.
That, the kind of stuff that Pete Holmes freaks out about.
Yeah.
Like probably religious stuff, I'd imagine. So Pete comes out all freaked out, and I'm standing there high, and he tries to talk to me about it, and neither one of us understand each other. But it's absolutely nothing like Pete and I actually talking to each other in real life, because he's not obnoxious and I'm not mean to him.
Right.
Those are the two things that normally happen.
Yeah.
Is he behaves horribly and then I'm mean to him about it.
Oh, that's your usual relationship.
That's our
You're
usual.
more mean.
He says what he does on my shows, on this show, on my food show, on my movie show. All those shows, when he comes on them, he tells me he's playing a character, like a version of Pete. And it's a version that nobody likes. He's absolutely horrible. But it's funny. It's funny still because it's Pete and he's hilarious. But that's what's so funny about watching Crashing, because he's so timid.
Yeah.
And
he's just like
comes on my show and he's just so obnoxious.
Oh, it's so funny.
And so full of himself and so confident in his humor.
Yeah.
Like if you don't laugh at something Pete says that he thinks is
call you
funny,
out on it.
you have to go back and go over it. You have to go back and discuss. Here's what happened.
Oh my God.
You're not laughing at something that was absolutely genius, and I'm going to explain it to you.
That is so funny.
He does that in his stand-up too.
Yeah, his stand-up's a lot like that as well.
He'll be like, "Why aren't you laughing?" He also calls his podcast a free podcast because he's like, "These ideas are so genius, and you're getting it
You're
for free."
getting it for free. All of this is for free.
I think it says that in his Instagram bio too.
I've only ever seen Pete's best behavior.
He's great.
That's my way of knowing I'm not his friend.
Yeah, well, also that's my way of knowing you don't watch this program, because
Oh, I don't watch any program.
I sincerely, it could be insincere. Check out, and we're doing another one. We're doing another live at the Troubadour, where it's just me and 4 or 5 guests on stage doing this. We just get high and talk in front of an audience. In this case, a famous rock club in West Hollywood. The next one is on
I want to go to that.
January 9th.
And Pete's going to be there?
And we've got a link for tickets, so I hope they'll put up on the screen. No, Pete was on the last time we did it at the Troubadour, and there were 5 other people on stage, including me, and it was the Pete Holmes show the entire time. Yeah. Were you there, Taylor? No. Oh, shit. Anyway. So if you watch that, you'll see what that is. And then you watch Crashing, and it's like, I've only known like kind of a obnoxious Pete. I've never known, the first time I ever met Pete, he was completely drunk, and we sort of knew each other because we were on Best Week Ever together, Best Week Ever, but you don't film stuff together.
Yeah.
So we met at like a rap party for the show, and on the sidewalk outside because he was leaving because he was too drunk, and he proceeded to lift me up off the ground and not put me down.
Wow.
I don't like that.
Wait.
Yeah, like really violent, unpleasant drunk.
That's crazy because we almost wrote that into one of the episodes this season. Not you, but it was just the storyline of Pete picks up someone he shouldn't be picking up, physically picking up.
Right.
No, because that's
at a
what he would
party.
do when he would get drunk, is he would just lift people.
But the key is putting them down.
Wait, that's...
Yeah, and then
the
you're
key
kind of...
is
You gotta put them
let
down.
him
I mean, I didn't
go to
struggle
the
that
ground
hard
again.
because it was funny,
Yeah.
but it was also, my feet were dangling.
Yeah.
You know, like my feet were not on the ground, waving back and forth.
But I'm also a little jealous. Like, I would love it if Pete picked me up.
I mean,
Well, I think
One time,
I think
Pete-
he'd oblige if you just asked
I feel
him.
like if you
Well,
asked, he'd be happy to do
I will
that.
ask.
But that's what I suggested that's what I said to them, is that we should just do that. We should just recreate that moment.
Yeah.
And then they wrote this other thing with I don't know where they got the idea that I should be smoking weed in the scene.
Can't imagine.
But that was a fun part for me, was that there were police guarding people from doing anything to me while I smoke weed on the sidewalk
Interesting.
on a busy, whatever night,
It really
night of
is
the week it was.
crazy filming because we film a lot of the scenes in the West Village, and I don't know why, I just assume when you film something on the streets of New York, like they clear the way for you, but that's not the case at all. Like they just let people pass. They kind of warn them lightly, like, hey, we're filming, but they do let them through. And so when we were filming, it was the first scene for me that I shot for the whole season. We were on the street, and I was talking to Pete in the scene, and then this guy who was legitimately just a torso on a skateboard came through like this, and he was like, "Hey guys, sorry." And so I looked at him, sorry to call him it, looked at him, and then I was distracted, and then the director's like, just keep going, just keep talking to Pete. And I was like, are we not gonna? That's the scene. Is that man deserves his own show? Like, why? What do we have to contribute to this? He's a torso on a skateboard.
Yeah, it does. It becomes an unintentional character moment if you're ignoring a torso on a skateboard.
Yes.
What kind of people are they?
Yeah, I just, it was impressive, and I feel like we didn't properly acknowledge him.
Well, there you go. I have no response to that.
I understand.
Because I'm just, I've been enjoying all the conversation, but we got some business we've got to get to.
Oh boy.
Right?
Do we?
Yeah. We got to keep this place open. That's not the expression. We got to keep the lights on. That's what I hear all the time when I go to things that are nonprofits. Thank you for helping us keep the lights on. You're a big contributor to things. You're good with charity.
Sure.
I think we went to a fancy thing one time and might have smoked weed with Phil Donahue on a roof. Does that sound like you?
The St. Jude event. Yeah.
Anyway.
We've lived a little.
That's a distant memory.
Look. It's all going to be part of the retirement party.
Maybe we...
No, we did.
Okay.
No, I think you went multiple years and you smoked with Phil Donahue, and I'm just recalling your story because you told it to me at the same event.
I think that we were smoking weed in the neighborhood of Phil Donahue.
He was nearby.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe it's not such a... I won't tell that one anymore. No, we got a couple of segments here that we do on the show, and it's a lot of fun, and it's called Marijuana Know Something? I finally figured that out. If I don't phrase it as a question, then they don't say anything until after the musical sting. Because I used to say, marijuana know something, like a question, and they'd respond, and then they'd trip over the musical thing.
Is they us?
The guests, yes.
Okay. No, we wouldn't have responded to that. What do you say to that? Marijuana know something?
I'm telling you, every time that's what would happen.
Well, not today.
Okay, let's try it again then. Marijuana know something?
Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, you guys should just be permanent guests then.
People are
I
idiots.
love that. I love that reaction. Why would we say something there?
What'd you say?
Well, because it's kind of a question. So they start to answer the
Laser
question.
marijuana know something who? Like, what could you possibly say?
Or something like that.
Candle?
What is that? This is a Pokeball from our friends at Pokeball. They'll be reaching out to you on Twitter and offering to send you a free one if you'd like one. And
Pokeball?
Yes, it's a dish that you serve poke in. No, it's a Pokeball, as in poke the inside of your pipe to get it nice and unashy.
Got it.
Yeah, and then also the bottom is rubber, so that all the stuff just spills right out.
Oh.
So they're very easy to maintain and have, and they come in all sorts of fun colors. And this one is called
Clear.
Snowy. I don't know.
You're going to enrage your guests by using it once and throwing it away.
Yeah. Look for no more Pokeball on the show now that we've used it. Finally, there was a reason for me to demonstrate it. All right. Marijuana know something? I don't know the answer either. We're going to work it out together, you guys. These are tricky questions. Okay. Eating from this restaurant on Christmas has become a widely practiced custom in Japan. All right. I think they're already throwing us off
I actually know this one.
by calling it a restaurant.
Yeah?
I think it's not called a
KFC.
restaurant by most people. Fast food.
Am I right?
I'm thinking it's a fast food thing. I don't
think
know.
KFC?
I don't
I'm
know
with you.
specifically
I do think
which
it's
one.
KFC.
They get together on Christmas and have.
I'm betting on Jamie's confidence here.
I wonder if their KFC is exactly like an American KFC, or if it's like, because have you ever had it like in London and it's off?
Yeah.
You know, like other countries' versions of or McDonald's is a little different in other countries.
I feel like it's just they emphasize the sit-down experience more overseas. Like I went to a KFC in London, and I feel like we like sat in the restaurant, like it was an experience.
All right, that's what we're going with, KFC.
KFC.
Very specific. I like it. KFC.
Jamie, that was great.
First time the
guys.
guest has gotten it right, maybe?
Really?
Yeah. I guessed one or two of
They
them.
don't ask the same question every time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you
Was
want us
that
to
our-
ask that one again?
was
See
that
how
our
much
only-
smarter you guys are than other guests?
I'm
I'll
so
set
bad
that
at
aside
trivia. I
for.
can't
I'll
believe
ask
I
it
knew that one.
again. All right, one more time. Marijuana knows something? What song is estimated to be the best-selling single in history with over 100 million copies sold? Well, this is just trivia that you know or you don't. I mean, I guess maybe a lot of times you could figure these things out if you think
Yeah,
about
I have
it.
a guess.
There's most played and there's most sold.
Wait,
so I
so
get
it
confused.
Is there
most
just something
sold.
called like Bible song?
Most sold?
Most sold, because I think most played might be You've Lost That Love and Feeling, but I don't think it's most sold. I don't know what most sold is.
My guess is
Best-selling single, so that's to be like released as a single,
right.
100 million copies purchased.
It's not Despacito, is it?
You think that just happened just because it was a hit this last summer?
I know it was. It broke some kind of record.
Oh, it broke like a YouTube record,
downloaded.
or,
Oh, okay.
or something. Yeah.
Even the word single, it means
It's either Despacito or Billie Jean. The only options. I don't know why.
I'm going. No, I don't know.
Yeah, this is a tough one, but the answer is gonna kind of burn us a little bit because it's going to be something that should have been obvious.
I'll say You've Lost That Love and Feeling, but I don't have confidence.
Okay.
Okay.
It has to be like one individual recording of something, right?
Oh, Don't Stop Believing?
Oh, this is crazy. I'm kind of scared of this one. God damn it. White Christmas by Irving Berlin. So it's any recording of that. So probably dozens of
No, they mean Bing
artists.
Crosby. They mean Bing Crosby.
They mean the Bing Crosby one,
They have to.
or it could just mean, you know what I mean? Anytime somebody does White Christmas, because that would be a
Maybe.
lot of sales and a lot of singles. Because what big music artist doesn't do an album that has White Christmas on it?
Also,
Well,
just real quick, White Christmas over Jingle Bells? What gives?
That's what I'm saying.
it's a better song.
Irving Berlin, I mean, you know.
But is it more popular?
It just bums me out. that
Jingle Bells
it's
is
just
free.
The
Idiots
word
Jingle
white,
Bells is free.
idiots
Jingle
are
Bells is
singing
free.
Jingle
Yeah.
Bells for free
Jingle
at
Bells is
parties.
a happy birthday of Christmas music. Okay.
Yeah, but you're right. Jingle Bells should take over. It's not, if it was White Bells, I wouldn't be as into it anymore.
White
and I'm just
Bells?
not into White Christmas
Silver
anymore.
Bells.
Just how it's just an anthem for wishing for things to be whiter.
Right.
It's just weird to listen
It's
to.
a weird time to listen to White Christmas.
It's that one's weird, and the one about Baby It's Cold Outside, where the
'Cause
guy's
it's
just
creepy.
all these excuses to not leave.
Well,
It's creepy as fuck.
Yeah. I love that
Everybody
song
sang
too.
it, like Dean Martin.
Yeah.
People loved it when he sang it. Oh shit! I got this signal to break a couple times now, so we got to go to break. But we'll be right back, and we'll see if my guests will do you know what when we return.
oh, you don't know.
most about stage
and he
time.
does it without weed, too.
Oh.
What's up, everybody? We're joined by Taylor Rizzo, but
That's
my
me.
guests for the entire show have been John Levenstein and Jamie Lee, and it's been a delight. And normally in this part of the show, Jamie, we try to get my guests to do dabs with us. And those are way past your speed, I think. Yeah. How do you feel after the 2 hits you've had of the pipe on the show today?
Great.
Yeah?
Yeah. Good, great.
So no issues of paranoia or anxiousness? Or?
No, but I do feel like I might lean munchies at some point.
Right.
Because I'm
there's a
starting.
huge table of snacks over there, some
Really?
of them healthy. Yeah, so you can hit
just
that
started
on the way out.
I started doing paleo, so it makes it hard to be high and want all the things when you can only have some of the things.
Wait, because paleo just means eat less of it? It's more restrictive, but paleo's got plenty of things that are delicious, though, right?
It does.
All right.
Yeah, you can have
That's good.
nuts
Fruit.
and fruit.
All right, so I'm going to ask that question again, like on the next episode, and we'll see if everybody cracks it as easily as you guys did.
I'll be curious.
I think you were smart. Cause especially the KFC part, because my first thought was McDonald's.
That's what I would have guessed.
So anyway, we try to make people not make, but we make
Offer it.
very available. John, what do you think? Do you mess with this stuff at all?
No, it's generational. I don't understand it. I don't do it. I'll watch you do it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's fun to watch.
I'll do one.
Yeah, go ahead
We
and do one
think it
for
looks
us.
like opium. And we don't
It really
care
brings
for
a
it.
kind of a but it's
That's scary.
Okay.
it's a little scary, but it's also
Okay, he's got a soldering iron.
there's
He's got a
something,
soldering iron in his right
Oh my
hand.
God, he's got a chem lab.
It's just a little.
He's got a gun in his left hand.
if you're super
hell's
into
going on here?
science,
This is straight
it's
up
fun.
from. This is what that old man smoked out of in
Oh,
Nightmare
Bill
Before
Nye?
Christmas. No, remember the little old guy, the scientist in Nightmare Before Christmas? He had a lot of those.
Did he?
Yeah, he did.
That guy was crazy. He had a big weird shaped head.
Yep.
Talking about a beaker?
It's more of like. There's more
No,
like.
we've seen beakers. That's
There's
not
more
what we're
like
talking.
Yeah,
hamster
that's the thing that the
tubes
Muppets
coming
smoke out of, Bunsen,
Beaker, right?
Honeydew, and Beaker. All right, well, I'll do one. But let's talk about some pot topics while I do my dab. There's just one in particular that I'm super excited about. Research at UC Davis School of Veterinary Medicine they've been conducting a new study that suggests marijuana is good for dogs.
Well, it's good for dogs.
Oh.
Yes. In an ongoing survey, the researchers are asking pet owners what animals they're giving medical marijuana to, for what diseases and problems, and if they've seen any noticeable benefits. And participants are told that researchers, mainly dogs, have been seeing amazing results from non-psychoactive CBD oil, and that it significantly relieves anxiety and pain and helps control seizures. You know when I bet is the best time to blow weed in your dog's face? Is when there's a bunch of fireworks going on outside.
Yeah.
Because they freak the fuck out, and maybe it'll make them a little less upset.
Yeah.
I would think so.
I've never had a dog that was into weed. I had a cat that liked it once, who would position herself where I exhaled, and over the years she enjoyed it clearly, but never another animal. And look, they've got to come to me. I don't go to them with it.
Yeah.
That's
The
a good
cat came
way to
to me.
look at
Asking,
it.
yeah.
Thank
Yeah,
They're
yeah,
asking
yeah.
for it. I've never. I have a dog. He's pretty young though. I feel like, I don't know.
How old is your dog?
He's 2.
I'm just glad they're doing some research on it. We'll get to the bottom of it, because if it's bad for them, I would feel bad about blowing it on them.
Yeah.
Plenty of people end up taking their dogs to the hospital because their dogs get into chocolate that has
Right.
weed in it, and that always then. I've never heard of that ending in a fatality, and in one case I know a dog that ended up being more chill after it happened.
But you got to control your weed supply with kids and pets.
Yeah. Especially your chocolate weed supply.
It's true.
It's like, that alone is not.
Yeah, just chocolate can kill a dog,
Yeah.
right? Some of the dispensaries I
double
go to
whammy.
have dog treats for sale, CBD dog treats. I always thought it was weird, but I guess it's a
Yeah.
good thing for him.
That kind of puts the lie to that we've needed a prescription up until now, because your dog doesn't have one.
Yeah.
Think about it.
I am. That's what's bringing the show to a grinding halt. really mulling that one over. Alaska, you guys, is killing it. $4.6 million was of weed was sold just in the month of October in Alaska.
Jeez.
Yeah, and they're using lots of the tax money from legal weed to reduce repeat criminal offenders. And they also have a general fund, whatever that is.
Well, Alaska has oil money already.
Right? I guess so. They gotta have something.
Don't worry
going
about Alaska.
Okay, Vita.
Alaska's gonna be okay.
John Levenstein, his only plug, but it's a big one, is the new John Levenstein's Retirement Party podcast.
Doug, I'm hoping to have you on. I'm getting everyone
boy.
together. I'm going to
I
get
can't
everyone
wait.
together who is at the Aspen Comedy Festival in 2003 for the big event. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I've been saying over the last few weeks when people are talking about it that I think I was there the very weekend it happened.
But I'm not talking about that.
Oh.
I'm talking about the time. I'm talking about when we were performing
the
and the
puking,
guy
the
threw up in the
puking.
audience.
God.
Yes.
Puking.
Yes. I'm gonna get that crew together.
The puking.
And talk about what happened that night when that show fell apart.
Oh, yes, the puking. The pukening. Yeah, that was really, I've never been so personally affected by it before since the smell of someone else's vomit.
Oh my God.
It is unbelievable how smelly it was and how
It was just the
it
moment
ruined everything.
Yeah, the moment we started this midnight show in Aspen in 2003, this audience member, an agent who'd been drinking all day, just erupted.
Wow.
Like second row, I think.
Whoa.
And they, there was a trying to keep the show going kind of thing going on, but it was very difficult to do.
Yeah.
And the subtext being that we were front runners. We were a bunch of monologists in Los Angeles doing first-person narrative for Friends. It was not a hard comedy show at all. And I believe we revealed ourselves as not being able to handle adversity.
I had a similar thing happen at a show I was doing, a stand-up show in Chicago in a theater. This woman just sort of leaned forward and just kind of threw up at her own feet. And so the way she was sitting, you couldn't really see it. And she just did it very quickly and casually.
But it's not a
She
secret.
just stay there?
But she got my focus just because she was kind of seeming out of it in general. And then, and then people started
Trying to get away from
doing
it.
this all around
Yeah.
where she's sitting. And
Yikes.
yeah.
That's rough.
So she had to get thrown out and they had to clean up. So we just took a break.
Man, last
Everybody
night,
take 5.
Yeah.
Jeremiah Watkins threw up on stage at the Comedy Store last night.
Last night?
On Kill Tony. Yeah.
Why?
Him and Tony are having.
They're having this thing where they're both
They're trying to gain weight, like the
gain weight.
opposite of Bert and Tom's
Sure.
challenge.
All
And
right.
so the whole show, he was just eating pizza and cake and donuts, and right before the end of the show, he just threw up all over this. God, it was.
That is
it was rough.
like
but fun.
food poisoning.
Yeah.
Or having the flu, or or being having too much to drink. Those are reasons to throw up.
Yeah.
Just eating until you throw up.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine it.
I was like, oh, is he okay?
All you have
And
to
I'm
do
like,
is
no, he
stop
wanted to go
eating.
himself.
It was like a specific bite of cake that did. It was like the last. It was rough.
I threw up on an airplane once.
All right. You know what? I was just about to apologize for all the puke talk.
Just got to cap it
She had her
off.
own story.
How did you
yeah.
do it? Does that bag get the job done, or is it? They
bag
seem
gets the
too
job
small
done.
and flimsy.
Is it
No,
wax?
it's not.
Does it
You
just
line
put
with
it right
wax
in there?
Yeah,
So that
it
looks
does not.
flimsy.
It was horrible.
You just.
I had a pastry.
Because I always
before
have
got-
5 or 6 runs at it,
No, one bag. I was a one and done.
Oh.
Yeah. But the weird thing was the stewardess, when I looked at her with watery eyes, and I'm like, I'm so sorry. She looked so grossed out by me. I was like, I'm the one who's sick. You don't get to shame me.
Did you just hand her the bag?
No, no. I was just like, I gotta get up. Like, and she gave me some attitude. Never forget it. Bye, virgin.
It does seem like you get there's vomit shaming going on.
Not nice.
All the time. Jamie Lee, new season of Crashing, Sunday, January 14th. She and I steal this show, you guys.
We do.
The two of us are the reasons to watch.
HBO. Did we say that?
And it's on Home Box Office.
Home box office.
All the best TV shows are on. It's not TV. It's HBO. And the book, Ridiculous, An Unfiltered Guide to Being a Bride, is available at ridiculousbook.com and wherever books and ebooks are sold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I narrate the audio version if you're nasty.
Nice.
How do you where do you have to go to get that? Can they go the same place?
The
or?
same place, yes.
Ridiculous. It's like ridiculous, but spelled wrong in several ways.
It's WEDDICULOUS. Whew, spelling is
How many times
not
did you
easy
have to
right
be
now.
a bride to research this?
once.
Okay.
Yeah. Just once.
That's good. Well, the next show we're going to do here will be on December 11th, it looks like, but we don't have a time pinned down. That's next Monday, I think.
I think so, yeah.
I think so.
Sounds right.
What do you got to plug, Taylor Rizzo?
I'll just follow my Twitter at Taylor Rizzo, and I'm going to be home in Charleston, South Carolina, and I'm booking a show, a storyteller show there that hopefully I'll have all the information of where it's at and what time coming up soon. So that's a big show that
Maybe
I'm
you'll
setting
know
up.
on our next show on Monday.
That's the plan, hopefully to lock everything down this weekend and give you all the information so that you can come and enjoy my stories.
Yeah, that's cool. We won't, we'll get your plug in hopefully before we run out of time. Because usually the guests aren't as docile as the two of you have been. And and it's a race to, everybody's just shouting out stuff at the end.
Oh, follow me on Twitter at the Jamie Lee. Instagram. I said Instagram.
Instagram.
At really
Change
Jamie
it.
Lee.
Need
Okay.
to TM that.
What's your thing, John? Oh,
I go to Taylor's show in South Carolina.
Oh, that was nice. I made it about me.